is there actually an oil that I can purchase that will allow me to go 10,000, even 15,000 miles between my oil changes? That is what we're talking about today.
So when we talk about oil, I'm not going to say that there's not technology that has improved the life of oil. There is. Now, in regards to its ability to last 10 to 15,000 miles between oil changes, that part I somewhat struggle with. So typically a motor has a certain amount of oil it will naturally consume through the crankcase ventilation system. Between that mileage, 10 to 15,000, it can easily consume the majority of its oil. And so that alone is a particular problem because not everyone is checking their oil all the time anymore. A lot of people feel that it would be the rod bearings or the rings who wear the cylinder out. And oil does have an effect on those. It can wear out rod bearings, main bearings, rings. However, the biggest thing we see that is a problem is the timing chain. Many people will never think that's what it is, but the timing chain is a very crucial part of your engine. In fact, it's what keeps cams synced in time with everything that's happening. Now that chain is made up of many, many little links, and those can stretch, and if every single one of them stretches just a little bit, the entire chain will change size. When that chain changes size, your cam timing changes. And when cam timing changes, the engine will run rougher, you'll have vacuum issues, you'll have misfire issues. And so there's a lot of things that get damaged by that. The other thing that we replace a lot of is variable valve timing solenoids, variable valve timing cam actuators. We had a vehicle here, a Nissan Maxima, that the variable valve timing actuator had actually advanced and stayed advanced. So we had misfires on 3 cylinders because that cam stayed advanced when it wasn't supposed to. Even though electronically it was telling it not to, it had gotten stuck. And that's a component that was a very expensive repair. But that's a job that could have been prevented. Just recently had a Honda CR-V that we pulled around. The owner swears by 10,000 mile oil changes. This was a 40-something thousand mile Honda CR-V. I hopped in it to pull it around. It felt to me like I was pulling around a 400,000 mile Honda. It ran so rough and not smooth. I didn't know what was going on. We get in, pulled maybe a quart of oil out of it. I've never seen oil that black, and it was water. The viscosity was gone. In the same month, we also had a customer with a Chevy Tahoe here. And that is an American-made vehicle. I do love Chevys also. I love Fords. There's a lot of vehicles I love. I can respect certain aspects of different people's engines, and I love certain things. However, it had 546,000 miles.
Original miles.
And I swear I thought there's no way it was original. I had to ask this owner, how many motors have you had in here? He said, that's the original motor. I do 3,000 mile oil changes because that's what keeps them alive. And it blew my mind that a customer had grasped the concept and recognized that that's what keeps an engine alive. And that truck felt smoother pulling in than the Honda that had less than 50,000 miles. And so this is just to show people a difference in the maintenance of a vehicle. I understand dealerships will tell you can go longer. From the standpoint of a dealership, if you make a vehicle that can last 500,000 miles, you failed as a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Because people aren't buying cars every couple of years. And so the people releasing the information of the extended mileage oil change interval are the people that are trying to sell you a car. Our business is not focusing on oil changes. However, I have just seen and known that this is what happens. As old as it is, so oil used to come in cans.
Isn't this so cute? Have you guys seen this? Whether you've seen it or not, if you think this is awesome, like our video.
This oil is advertising its capability of lasting to 2,000 miles. Now, I understand this is back from the late 1920s, early 1930s when these cans were around. And this is what oil used to come in. However, advertising the ability to make it to 2,000 miles, the basis of this oil is still crude oil. The same oil we use today is still based off of a crude oil. Its ability to lubricate and those kind of characteristics are still the same. We have added detergents, we have added cleaners, we have added some additives, there's zinc additives, there's certain things we've added to prolong the life a little bit. However, we still cannot get rid of oil consumption based off of the oil. That's based off of the engine. The other thing that cannot be prevented is sludge. So typically they used to advertise the ability to reduce sludge, and this was when detergents were introduced into oils. Currently, that is something that's in every one of the oils we use, is detergents. And so yes, we can help clean it up a little, but eventually with the extended period of time, it will still cause sludge. When we open motors at an oil change every 10 to 15,000 miles, they are completely sludged, and they're using newer oils that are clean, full synthetic oils that are supposed to be excellent. And yet sludge is still something that happens, chains still stretch, and oil consumption still happens just because of the length of time. And so between those three things, it's just not worth it over a $50 oil change to extend it and have the cost of a repair of $6,000 to $8,000 for a motor when you're under 100,000. It just doesn't sound like it's worth it.
So comment below, share this video, and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.